Hello, this is Joshi. I am discussing about my one-on-one GMAT course, which is a mix of on-site and online course. Uh, so in this introductory video, I am going to talk about on this course. I'm going to talk about a strategy. I'm going to talk about the topics and the tough questions that you can do to get a good score in GMAT. So the GMAT Quant preparation could last from 1 to 2 months based on your background. Uh, in my course, I mix it up with meeting with on-site meeting with online classes at VisIQ or Adobe Connect, which allows a very good quality of online meeting where you can also go back and see the class, and if you have any doubts you can just go back and forth with what you asked and what was the way to look at your query. I'll also look at some of the ways to make it more fun and apply a lot of things into what you'll see in your business courses into the future. Now, for each question that we can get in GMAT, we could solve it in a different way. We could solve it in the most official way as given in the book. We can use other methods like substitution. We can go even more risky, and we can use methods which will help us get to an answer, but which is not very accurate. Something like geometry. In geometry, we can draw a rough diagram and can still guess the answer without even doing the question and getting into the trouble. So there are different ways to look at it. So ultimately, you have many topics in front of you. Now you have to understand that there are some topics which don't have an upper level of the question difficulty. For example, questions in geometry you cannot make beyond a level. It could not be made more tough. Questions in data sufficiency, again, you cannot make it more tough. There is a level, there is a type of question, there is a limitation to the type of questions you can make based on the constraints that you have to be in the dimension where you don't breach the syllabus. So algebra, arithmetic, geometry, data sufficiency lies into this dimension. Whereas in probability and combination, you could make it a little tricky, and in probability and counting you can make it a lot more difficult. So you need to pace your preparation so that you really go on to very tough questions in PNC and probability. And of course, probability is the theory that talks about profit and loss and risk and returns and everything in finance, which is a major part of the business world. So that's where it becomes more tricky. So the word problems, these are questions which cannot be made tough because they have their own limitation. Uh, Once you do a few questions and that's it, they could not be made more tough. They could be made long, but they could not be made more tough, because if you want to make them tough, you have to really give some more information and talk about some new methods, which is really not possible. So this is the easiest one. Now, the very tough questions you can get are just in probability and permutation, and very less chances in Venn diagram and profit loss. One question that the question area that I'm not talking about here is counting, because counting is something random. They can just give you something to count and they can make it very long, and there's no really a shortcut to count that. So that's one part which becomes tricky. So I have a course where I can just touch upon the very tough areas of quant if you have already done the official guide. So there are some set of very difficult questions, and we'll look at these questions, how to make a smart guess versus what is the official solution. So when we discuss the official solution and you'll see the video, You'll have a video that does the question in 4 minutes, or I'll be talking with you uh, on a method to do that question in 4 minutes versus a method in which you'll make a very smart guess in 1 minute, and how you'll eliminate some of the options. So the official guide is relatively easy. The quant guide of GMAT is a little tough. Nova is a little more tough, but the really tough questions are the one which all those coaching agencies are making and posting on their forums. So uh, you have to look at those forums, and I'll make it easy for you because I'll keep collecting all those very tough questions and giving it to you. So this is a course which is based on your requirement, on what you are looking for. Generally, I would prefer people who have done the easier question, because looking at the tough questions is more fun. So that's something that I look forward, and it could be mixed on. You can also look at my classes on WizIQ and how I take them, and I also post the solution using the video. So if you are stuck at some question and you looked at the internet and you were not able to understand, or you really thought that that's a very long method, this I cannot do this method in the exam, then I can send you an alternative solution, maybe a smaller and a better solution that would be more convincing. And if you don't like that solution, generally I have alternative solution if you find hard to digest one of the more orthodox, or a solution which assumes a lot of things. So that's what I'll make sure that we cover all the questions of the book, and we cover also the super tough questions. That was all. Thank you for listening.